Good evening, everyone. Today is the 17th of February, and today we're going to talk about celebrities. We're going to talk about people in the news, and are they using doTERRA essential oils? And the answer is yes, they are. And so while this may seem like a frivolous subject, some of you may be thinking, oh, my goodness, why are we even talking about this today? It's not scientific enough. It's not a strong enough topic. Elena should pick better topics that are not so frivolous. Well, I'm here to tell you that sometimes, especially for new people, it's nice for them to know that there are other people that are using essential oils. Not just someone that they've just met, not perhaps just a family or friend, but actually someone who's in the news, who's in the media, who they might actually recognize. Sometimes that can be the thing that pushes them over the edge, and they begin to think, you know what, if so-and-so does it and they're famous, I want to do it too. Now, we've all heard about celebrities who are doing things, all sorts of treatments and surgeries and things to keep themselves looking younger or more beautiful, but we don't hear a lot about, or we hear very little about, people using natural remedies to keep healthy and strong. And so I think it's important for us to kind of spread the word about there are other people just like us that are using doTERRA essential oils. So I hope you enjoy this presentation and not at the end, not think that it's too frivolous, and that you get something out of it. And then you can kind of spread the word. Recently, as you know, a lot of people haven't been feeling at their best. We've got people here in the US that aren't feeling that well, and people overseas in Asia. And my heart goes out to everyone if you are not feeling well, or you know someone who's not feeling well. I just encourage you to really get your rest and do what your doctor says. And for those of you who are still feeling in tip-top shape, protect yourself, use your essential oils, make sure that you're getting the right amount of rest and relaxation and the proper diet that you need to make sure that you stay feeling healthy. That's the most important thing, right? So, and don't take unnecessary risks. So today I'm actually going to start the presentation. Hold on one second. And I want to share my screen with you because I think that's where I went kablooey last week. I didn't really mean to do that. Hold on. Share my screen. And before I shut down the little side part, can you all see my screen? Can someone give me a thumbs up? If you can give me a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. What are you saying in the chat? You're saying, yes, you can see the screen. Okay, good. So I haven't done that a lot, and hopefully I won't do it again, but I just wanted you to know that I knew that last week it had been a kind of a mix up on my part. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so for those of you who haven't met me before, I'm Elena Jordan. I hope you're here for the first time and that you're really enjoying the call. This is a brand new topic for us today, February 17th. I want to say thank you to our Presidential Diamond team. We love you. We're glad that you're here. I know that you work super hard, and it makes everything worthwhile just to get on Monday evenings and talk to all of you and talk to you about what's going on and where I see essential oils going. We've got some great topics for the next few weeks, and I just wanted you to know that I really appreciate you being here. Okay, we are still celebrating with essential oils, and we had called this call your luxury call for a while, and I don't know if that really resonated with everybody, but I like the idea of celebrating. So for the time being, I'm kind of renaming this call Celebrating with Essential Oils, and we'll see if we come up with a better name, and maybe some of you want to suggest some names, and maybe we'll even win a contest. So we'll run a contest that says best name for this call, because I think it's going to kind of evolve into a podcast. I mean, I don't think that this is going to go away, but I think this might evolve into a podcast, and I want to make sure that you're feeling like you're getting the information that you wanted, and that the name of it is attractive enough to you that you want to say to other people, yes, come on and listen, because this is going to be great. As you know, the ideas in this presentation are taken primarily from the book, Essential Oils, Healthcare for Today, A Beginner's Guide, fondly known as the LRP book. And I would say that there are many people, and you're going to hear about them, the celebrities that are on this, we're going to talk about in a minute, that use the same things over and over. So what does that mean? You want to hope that they have an LRP coming to their house on a monthly basis, or maybe to their office, or maybe to the studio. But that's a good way for you to kind of talk to people and say, you know what, this person is using this product again and again and again. Okay, so Hollywood, and yes, this is actually what the Hollywood sign looks like. You never really see it this up close. I'm sure that this was done with a helicopter or with a drone, but those giant words, Hollywood, are in the Hollywood Hills, and as you kind of fly or drive by, you can see the big letters there in the hills. So what celebrities are using your favorite essential oils? And as I mentioned to you before, I avoided the celebrities that are actually doing promotions for doTERRA professionally. So I'm not going to be talking about people like Tim Hightower and other athletes, performance athletes that we see either in the doTERRA magazine or that we've seen at convention, because we all know about them and we can find out information about them very easily. These are this took a little bit of research, a little bit of digging. So I was your trusted reporter, if you want. For about 2 weeks, we were kind of digging up who's using essential oils and who's not. Okay, so number one. So last week, as I was watching the Oscars with the beautiful gowns and the shining lights, I wondered if any of those celebrities were using doTERRA essential oils. And the answer, of course, is yes. So do they use them to go to the Oscars? They may indeed, but they certainly are using them in their preparation and on a daily basis. And here's why. Like all other times, I turn to Google to find my answers. So just like you, I am a Google user, and I feel like, as Marie Forleo says, everything is figure-outable. Okay, I love learning new things about people that I see in the news, and I thought maybe you'd want to know which of your favorite celebrities are using the same oils as you. So now you may look at these people, or you may see these people and say, who are these people? I've never heard of them before. But I will tell you, especially with some of my assistants, these celebrities or these people in the news are very well known, and you may feel like, wow, I don't know any of these people at all, but stay tuned, I'm sure you'll know somebody. So number one is Laura Dern, and I don't know if you know, but she actually won an Academy Award this year, and she told Glossier magazine that she never travels without lavender, rosemary, eucalyptus, and grapefruit. And we, of course, all love the uplifting effects of grapefruit, which Laura says she uses for anxiety and to fight jet lag. And so we know that usually movie stars and other people in the public eye do a lot of traveling, and that jet lag can be a problem for them. If you are traveling a long way for convention, grapefruit may be just the thing that you need for jet lag, to kind of wake you up. Take a drop on water, take it under your tongue. You can smell it. It actually gives you a sense of being refreshed and revived, and you can be just like Laura Dern. She also says that her evening baths include lavender, and her morning baths have rosemary and which is an extremely energizing scent. And she uses peppermint beadlets as breath mints. So just like you and me, she's popping those peppermint beadlets on a daily basis, trying to keep her breath fresh. I'm sure if she's doing any sort of a scene with another famous actor, she doesn't want to be breathing bad breath on them, and so she's using her peppermint beadlets. I feel like the Hollywood Reporter today, talking about all the celebrities. My goodness, they're gonna have to put me on ETV. Okay, and bath soak recipe. I don't know if this is her bath soak recipe, but I'm inventing it. 3 cups of Epsom salt to soothe the muscles, 2 cups of sea salt, 1 cup of baking soda to soften the skin, 5 to 10 drops of serenity or lavender essential oil. And of course, you can put whatever blend you want, but no more than 10 drops at a time, folks. It's going to be too strong. I use sometimes a purple soap coloring or even a purple food coloring. Just a few drops, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And then you need a mixing bowl and a spoon. And of course, you're going to mix the salts, the sea salts, and breaking up any clumps, gradually adding the essential oils, add coloring as you need. Sometimes we add coloring because we want to put it in a pretty bottle and perhaps give it away as a gift. And sometimes white essential oils just don't look as nice, or when we drop the essential oils in there, they tend to darken or get spotty. So the coloring, the purple soap coloring or the purple food coloring, can actually add a little bit of pleasant color. I have to say that little bathtub is making me a little nutty, but you can add that in to your bath salts, and then stir in your baking powder, continue mixing, and then add a cup of this mixture to running water for a nice soak. Now, I don't know about you, seems like Laura Dern has the time and the energy and maybe the staff to take 2 baths a day. I only take baths occasionally. Most of the times I take a shower just because it's faster, but you could even take a little bit of this and add it right onto your bath sponge or whatever it is you're using to kind of almost act like a scrub. You'd have to rinse, 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 of course, because salts can be drying to the skin, but you could add a little bit of this to whatever type of bathing that you are doing. Okay, Mandy Moore, also a modern actress. Well, she was spotted in an Instagram video talking about peppermint beadlets that we all love. And so, just like I said, fresh breath is important to everyone, no less so for celebrities. The other thing you want to remember when you talk about peppermint beadlets is that they are sugar-free, vegan, and gluten-free, which is really important for many people. So a sugar-free mint, something that doesn't contain aspartame or other harmful or chemical ingredients or additives, is an important thing. As we talk about peppermint beadlets, we want to make sure we're talking always about purity, purity, purity. Okay, Vanessa Hudgens. Now, I don't know if you remember Vanessa Hudgens. She was very big. She's done a lot of movies lately, but her main claim to fame is High School Musical. She's actually a beautiful girl, or young woman rather, and she has kind of come up as a young star. And she says she's reducing stress by using doTERRA's Serenity whenever she feels anxious or needs a pick-me-up. So I guess she's on the set, or she's talking to people, or she's doing interviews, and she's using her Serenity. Now when the next slide comes, you're actually gonna laugh, I think, but it's okay. Glad that she could admit this, and we wanna make sure that we're helping all of our friends. Okay, so Vanessa told Self magazine that she feels like smells can be really balancing, grounding, or energizing, and that she says instead of taking smoke breaks, she takes oil breaks. Okay, so what are we hearing here? That people that smoke may need essential oils for different things, to either break their addiction, to stop smoking, or they may need peppermint beadlets because they have smoky breath. So don't discount the fact that people still do smoke, and maybe you don't know a lot of people who do, but they're certainly out there. I know as I walk through the city, I was in New York day before yesterday. There were a lot of people smoking on the street. They were either juuling or vaping, or they were smoking regular cigarettes. And those people, I'm sure, are struggling with either trying to break that addiction, or at the very least not to smell smoky on a regular basis. So if you know someone who smokes, encourage them, of course, to stop or to begin to lessen the amount of smoking that they do, but also help them to really use essential oils to calm those feelings, whatever they are, that are causing them to reach for a cigarette. Okay, Ellie Goulding, the singer, says she never travels without doTERRA. She told Couture magazine that she always travels with Breathe, Balance, Lavender, and an orange one. So we don't know what it is. Could it be Citrus Bliss, maybe On Guard? I don't know. Maybe she travels with just plain old orange essential oil. But either way, she's obviously a devoted essential oil user. I really like her music, I have to say. And on a personal note, I saw Laura Dern in the second to last Star Wars picture and really enjoyed it. She's just very dynamic, and whatever. And I have to say, I'm talking to you about these celebrities, and I'm not talking about politics, because I know sometimes celebrities have a way of getting up on a stage at the Academy Awards or other awards presentations and talking about their politics, and you may not agree. Sometimes I do not agree at all. Just talking about doTERRA essential oils. And of course, pick and choose. If someone doesn't represent you, you don't particularly like them, you feel like, oh dear, this person, they're really not for me, then just pick what you like. You don't even have to show this whole presentation. I'm just giving you some ideas. Okay, Ellie also told the magazine that the oils uplift her feelings when she's stressed and tired. Not only that, but she always carries a diffuser with her. And so I just wanted to say that I love to see musicians using essential oils, and especially with a diffuser. We want to encourage people to diffuse, because that's an easy way to use essential oils, get them into their space, and also really begin to rotate through their essential oils and understand not only how they feel with them, but how their whole ambiance, maybe their whole family can change by just using a diffuser with essential oils. Okay, RuPaul. I don't know if you know RuPaul, but this is RuPaul on the left in his, I guess, everyday clothes. And this is RuPaul on the right, dressed in his drag queen clothes. And RuPaul is a longtime New Yorker. I'm sure you've heard about him. He's been in the news an awful lot. And he told the New York Times that he keeps a bottle of On Guard in every one of his bags. He uses to heighten his immune system. So when he travels, I guess he's got all these On Guards all over the place. Wherever he goes, he wants to have his On Guard. Okay, sharing celebrities who use doTERRA can help show that essential oils aren't weird as they may seem at first to certain people. And things that are popular in the media are always the easiest to share with friends and family. So if some of these celebrities or singers or other actors or performers resonate with you, or that you think they might resonate with your family or your friends, feel free to pick and choose as you like. There were other celebrities who were mentioned in the news, but maybe they use other brands, or maybe they didn't specify the brand. I wanted to make sure that whoever I was talking about, I knew what brand they were using. So don't just look at websites and say, oh, this lady said that. You want to make sure that it's substantiated in some way, which is why I try to put this together for you, because I thought it would make life a little bit easier. Okay, so who wouldn't want to use products that Vanessa Hudgens and Laura Dern uses, and maybe even smell like an Academy Award winner? I think that's kind of the point here, that people relate in many ways to celebrities. They hear about them, they're in the news all the time, and they want to just say, hey, I use the same thing. People do it with perfume all the time, because we know that many celebrities actually promote their own perfume, so why not essential oils? Okay, so please follow on Facebook and Instagram. We've had some great prize contests in the last couple of weeks, and we're going to have more and more. I know I'm preparing right now a spring contest, sort of a spring transformation, if you will, and I'm going to be working with a couple of other people in the online community that are doTERRA essential oil users and that are interested in kind of helping us to do a big spring cleaning. And that doesn't mean just cleansing yourself. It could be everything from your wardrobe to your diet, a little bit of everything. So stay tuned on our social media and get ready to win. Remember, last but not least, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, you are amazing. You've come here today to kind of listen and to learn a little bit, but I really appreciate the fact that each and every week we have this time to gather and to talk to one another, because it's special to me, and I hope it is to you too. And I know that if for whatever reason you can't be here, I would really miss you. So please come back again. I'm glad that you're here. And finally, thank you again, and have a wonderful week. Okay, so let me go right to the chat. Okay, so I got through the whole presentation this time, and I showed all the slides. Usually I do, so that was just kind of a glitch last week. But I felt badly for you. I'm glad I was able to show you a little bit of the slides at the end there. Okay, so talk to me in the chat. What do you think? Will it help you a little bit just to know that there are some celebrities that are using essential oils? Do you think some people in your circle would like them? I know that sometimes we think, hey, I don't know, I'm always trying to switch it up. And I think some of you may be thinking, oh, no, Elena, why is she even talking about this? That's so frivolous. But you know what? From time to time, I think we have to lighten it up. We can't always be talking about the science and the chemistry. We also have to talk about real life, and I think other people will really kind of like it. Next week, we're going to be talking about yes. So in the comments, Teresa says, Katie Kate says, thank you. Megan says, thank you. Teresa says, I liked it. Thanks. Shannon says, definitely this helps. Megan Young says, I love it. And Chow Beng-cheong says, I love peppermint beadlet, especially now I ensure to have one with me when I'm on the MRT and feel that my throat is dry. I will take 1 or 2 beads to ensure that I won't cough. And people think that I am sick. Absolutely, absolutely. Great idea. I think Danielle McHugh says, I think my one friend who's been trying to encourage doTERRA will find that helpful. Great. Ku Chin Chu says, there are many celebrities using it. That's absolutely true. And there's actually some sports figures. There's actually a video out there of one of the National Hockey League stars putting peppermint on his nose before he goes out on the ice. I was going to include it, but then somebody said, oh, who cares about hockey? I don't know. Maybe the men will find hockey a little bit interesting. I'll try to add that into the comments when I go back on. And if you watch on social media, I'll try to post that also. Angel says, yes, it helps a lot. Samantha C says, yes, great to know. Do you know which oils used by Hugh Jackman? Cynthia, you know what? I don't know, but I do know that he uses, the one thing I heard was that he used lavender. We should check that out. That's a great point, Cynthia. Thank you. Suan B says, yeah, there are other Asian celebrities that are using it as well. Suan B, I'd love to hear if anybody knows of another celebrity. I'll be posting it in the comments. Post it on social media and tag me. I'd love to hear it. Asian celebrities and Hugh Jackman. Yes, let me look it up. I will definitely look it up. Asian celebrities. I have my book with me today. And Hugh Jackman. Yeah, cool. Betty Pui says, Hugh Jackman uses Breathe a lot. Yes, you're absolutely right. And Pamela Foy says, haha, we'll go pipe peppermint beadlets now. Yes, absolutely. That's a good idea, Pamela. Swamby says, unfortunately, I don't read Chinese. Me either, but I'm sure we can find out. A lot of these websites are translated. Cynthia says, thanks, Betty, and would love a similar presentation on athletes. Yes. So a lot of the athletes that I saw online, because as I started doing the research for this, were already sponsoring doTERRA in some way. And what I didn't want to do was have athletes that were already being sponsored. I was trying to separate it because I didn't want it to seem like it was tainted in any way. You know that these presentations go out on a lot of different social media on a lot of different social media platforms. And I didn't want anybody to say, oh yeah, it's like a commercial for doTERRA. It is kind of like a commercial for doTERRA, but these are people that independently of us just said, hey, I like this product and I'm using it. So I may put something together with Teresa, listen to me, with athletes, and then I'll put it out separately. My 2 celebrity friends were Miss Title holders, yes, and I've introduced them to peppermint lavender and they loved it. So by Miss Title, we mean like Miss America, Miss China, Miss Japan, Miss Taiwan, Miss New Jersey, right? Those, and maybe we need to do something about beauty queens. I don't know. So that would be really fun. You're right, LL. I'm sure there's a lot of people that in the pageant industry, that's what it's called, in the pageant industry that are using essential oils. Because I would assume peppermint beadlets would be a big one because they're sugar-free, gluten-free, and vegan. They really fit the bill on a lot of different fronts for people that are trying to have fresh breath, that are going to be talking to large groups of people, or are going to be interviewed regularly. They always want to have fresh breath. They don't want to be chewing gum because then when the camera pans to look at them, they're jumping on gum, which isn't really too attractive, right? And you've seen that, I'm sure, in the news, someone who's being interviewed and they have gum in their mouth and it just looks really tacky. Okay, so our prizes for today, we have 2 prizes. Hold on one second. We have 2 prizes today. Today we're going to give away, you know what we're going to give away today? We're going to give away 2 Motivate Touch. We're going to give 2 Motivate Touch. And the reason we're going to give Motivate Touch is because I want you to this week be motivated. If you find someone, if you find a celebrity who's using doTERRA essential oils, I want you to be motivated to get back in touch with me. Send me a text message and we'll do some sort of a follow-up, and maybe I'll even feature you in a post. I would love that. So anyone who's interested in finding out a little bit more, or you find out it's BOGO. Oh, wow. Sorry, everybody. The other thing is it's BOGO in Asia. And today's BOGO, Swanby, have you heard the BOGO? My goodness, I got up, you realize it's evening for you, but it's morning for me. Breathe and Cypress. Okay, so if you purchase a Breathe, you will get a Cypress for free, or Easy Air and Cypress. Everyone says that it's sold out already. So maybe I'll do some sort of follow-up at the end of the week. I'm sure your leaders will be doing a follow-up also, that if you missed one of the promos, they'll probably be offering them individually. MSIA with 30 minutes, okay, and all already ordered. So if some of you got the BOGO, who else? Who got the BOGO already for today? And obviously, winners of the 2 oils tonight, please WhatsApp private message me. Yes, so we're going to be putting on the Motivate Touch. So let me pick my winners. Hold on one second. I'm so proud of you all. We're really engaged in the chat, so that's really good. So this must have been a good topic and kind of changing it up, right? Okay, yeah, hold on everyone. 1 second, I gotta get the chat here. Who are our winners for today? So. Okay, so our 2 winners for today are Angel William and Taneki Wijaya. Angel William and Taneki Wijaya, you are the winners of a Motivate Touch. And so congratulations to our winners. And they're going to be announced in the chat groups, and then you're going to be able to, in the WhatsApp chat group, and you'll be able to text the number that you saw in the chat. I don't know if everybody could see it. You're going to be texting to private message Shuli Law at 65985-28025. Don't worry, this will be posted. This is not the last time you're ever going to see this, and you'll be able to find out how to pick it up. Okay, so proud of you. So proud of you. I'm so glad that everybody was on this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about the chemistry wheel. And I know some of you don't know what is the chemistry wheel. So I'm going to take 20 seconds and explain it to you real fast, and then I'm going to let you all go. You also know at the top of the hour, at the 10 o'clock hour, if you're in Southeast Asia, the 9 o'clock hour, if you are in the United States, I'm going to be doing a mentoring call. Everyone is welcome to the mentoring call. It's exactly the same number as this. And the only requirement that I have is that you try to put your camera on, because we want to make sure that we have time for everybody to see each other and answer and ask questions. It is very interactive, not as much like this where I'm just talking and talking. And so I want to make sure that if you're getting on at the top of the hour to pick up your tips on mentoring. And I know this is a busy week for you, but it should be at the end of the day now. So maybe you want to, let's talk a little bit about BOGOs and how you can promote them. And then going forward, because in the US, we are not having BOGO week. You're just having BOGO week, I think, in Southeast Asia. So that's an important distinction this time around. Chemistry wheel. So what does the chemistry wheel tell us? It tells us about how if we have chosen one oil and it didn't work for whatever reason, how we find a substitute. So for example, let's say you don't love lavender, or you don't like the way the lavender is working for you, or you just don't like the smell for whatever reason, or maybe you ran out, right? You love lavender, but just happen not to have any right now. The chemistry wheel will help you to find those substitutes. Now, usually when I do the section on the chemistry wheel, I do the entire chemistry wheel, and I think the chemistry wheel with all our selections is getting a little bit overwhelming. So what I wanted to do this time was just do a certain section, and then have everybody just learn really about that section. So maybe we'll do it in half of the wheel, or maybe we'll do one wheel and not the other one, because I don't know if you know this, there's the 2 different wheels. There's the monoterpenes and the sesquiterpenes. Whatever it is, don't worry, you're going to learn a ton. And the one thing you are going to learn is how to substitute one oil for another, which is really key. All oils seem irreplaceable to me. I know, Angel, I feel the same way. But let's say you just run out of something, right? It happens. What do you do to substitute? Where do you find the information, and how can you quickly use the essential oil, the chemistry wheel, to make that substitution? Okay, so have a wonderful week, everybody. It's been so great talking to you. I'm so proud of you. This has been a really great presentation. You're going to hear more and more about it over the days ahead. We're going to be talking about celebrities in the blog post. If you know anybody who's using essential oils, whatever their claim to fame is, please text me. I'd love to focus on that person. And I'd also love to tag you on some of our social media posts. And I'll see you at the top of the hour talking about mentoring. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye-bye now.